Blow a head.
What is the inspiration behind picking a project like this?
Well, I wanted to do some comedy because I've done so much serious drama. When I read the script, I thought it was so funny, and I had a blast doing it. The people we worked with are so funny. So,
What do you hope people take away once they watch the show? Like, what's the message you hope people take away after watching?
you know what? I think it's a loving show. The parents love their kids, especially in these turbulent times. And I thought it was important that we showed the family love in a time when things are kind of, I don't know, not so great.
I mean, this one started with our writer, Ken Sublette, who works on Saturday Night Live. We were put on the phone with him, and he just kind of told us the basic idea, which was inspired by, not that he had a demon in his world, but it was inspired by when his parents met, his future spouse's parents. And so when I heard the idea of sort of this meet the parents, but with this supernatural sort of twist to it, that kind of, I understood all the layers immediately and told Ken, I was like, I want to do this. We got to figure this out. And so we got to work on it with him.
It's a story we can all relate to, of course. Meeting the parents, it could be a dreading moment. But I want you guys to talk about a little bit of the creative collaboration process that you went through in putting it together.
The process, I mean, as Chris said, it started with a brilliant writer, with Kent, who came up with the idea. And then after that, like, everybody has personal stories about their families and meeting their eventual partners or spouse and meeting their extended family. All the people that worked in this movie, everybody sort of had a specific point of view and a specific story, but everything was filtered through the brilliant writer and Kent and an incredible filmmaker and Craig to help obviously go for something funny and scary, but also something that was grounded and should resonate because people see a little bit of their families on screen tonight.
I got the script written by Kent Sublette, and it reminded me of the movies I loved as a kid, movies from the 80s like Gremlins and Ghostbusters, these funny, scary movies. And I was like, I never thought I'd be able to make one of the movies that inspired me to become a filmmaker, but I did. That was this movie, yeah.
I mean, it's a story that we can all relate to, or meeting the in-laws and
Yes.
it feeling very monstrous. Is that where it came from for you, or did you collect stories from all your friends? And how did you put it together? How did you craft this?
Well, this story came from an actual experience that Kent, the writer, had when he and his partner introduced their parents to each other for the first time. They rented an Airbnb, there was a snowstorm, everybody was trapped, it was very awkward. Well, they said to each other, the only thing that would make this more awkward would be if this was a haunted house. And then that's where the story came from. Cast, when you cobble together the right cast, it just comes alive. And I feel like we tricked all these incredible actors to be in our freaky, right? I'm like, how do we get everybody that how do we get Brian Cox? So Lisa, everybody, once you got the cast, once we have a cast that's this good, my job becomes easy.
Tell me about the story. I need to know about the story where you rented the house, and I need to know the full deets from the source.
Yeah, back when my husband and I first started dating, our parents had not met because they lived far apart. Another friend of ours offered us their house in Connecticut for Christmas. Said, like, let's just bring them all together for this. We just didn't really think it through. Like, they'd never met before, and it was kind of intense. Everyone's really nervous, and we're stressed out, and we're a gay couple, and maybe whatever that brings. And so we said, like, the only thing that would make this more sort of pressurized is if this house was haunted. That's kind of where the idea came from, yeah.
And you've been so busy. I'm sure the 50th and SNL has been crazy. Now you're putting out your first project, Max. This is amazing. So talk about this year. It's kind of insane for you.
It's been a crazy year. The 50th anniversary was intense and like a wonderful experience. I'm a giant fan of Lorne Michaels, and I'm a giant fan of the show. I've been working there a while. And it was really great. It was a surreal thing to see all of those people coming together. We sort of were writing over 3 weeks, and it felt very normal and sort of fine. And then a day before the show starts, 1 million famous people show up, and you're like, I know you want to talk to each other, but I've got to grab you so you can learn this choreography and learn your jokes and all this stuff. But it was really great.
When you get a bunch of people together who are extremely about the art form, and like, you know, you're with Parker Posey and Lisa Kudrow and Brian Cox and Dean Norris. I mean, how can you not? Like, Edie Falco. My God, I know. You place them in a room and only magic can happen, you know? And so, yeah, we did stick to the script, but Craig, the director, Craig Johnson, was so generous to kind of create that kind of free space where you can really play. And that's what actors want, you know, like a free space that we can just play and feel safe to explore.
What do you hope people take away story-wise from watching this? Message-wise, what do you hope they take away?
I hope that they too can know that they have the power to fight a 400 demon as long as they come together in love.
I love that.
Love can fight a demon.
Love conquers all.
Yeah.
Cliche but true.
That's why it's a cliche.